I'm back at the allotment and it's a bit of an odd job day today, so come along with me and I'll show you what you can be doing at this time of year. I've got a few hours to spare this morning, so I thought I would take the opportunity to do some odd jobs up at the allotment. And today I have decided to tackle some of the key problem areas, get them all tidied up and ready for winter. So the first thing I'm going to be looking at is the right hand side of the plot over there, which is pretty overgrown at this point. We've not touched it since we took the plot on. I'm just going to trim down the grass, cover it over with tarp, and we'll come back next week and build some more raised beds. The next space to tackle is at the top of the plot, where I have 3 rhubarb crowns which are just finishing for the year, a very messy pallet compost heap, and just a load of junk that's been left there by the previous tenant. So we're going to dig up a couple of the crowns, cut back the weeds and have a tidy up in general, and hopefully make that bit look a little bit neater. The next thing I'm going to do is plant some garlic. We're now in late October, so now is a great time to get the garlic in the ground. I'm sure you've seen lots of the YouTubers doing the same, so I will be doing that as well. And I've also bought some tulip bulbs up to bring in some colour in the spring. And then last but not least, we're going to be looking at the space behind me, which up until now has been quite empty and blank. I have some plans for that, so we're going to take a look around and talk about that.
So unfortunately, I don't have a dramatic before and after to show off here. And I did find a lot more junk, but if I zoom out and take a picture of the plot as a whole, I think you'll agree it does look a lot better. So, next job is onto the garlic. I am planting an elephant garlic and then 3 other hardneck varieties all from the garlic farm. I actually watched a really great YouTube video from another creator called Amy Kelly the other day, where she talks about all sorts of different varieties of garlic and how best to grow it. So I'll link to her video below. But if you've never grown garlic before, you just whack it in the ground, pointy side up, cover it over, give it a feed every once in a while, and you will be harvesting it probably around early summer next year. I normally pick mine around June.
Okay, that is the grass trimmed and covered, the rhubarb crown dug out, brambles removed, and Adam has just met one of the neighbours who has a compost bin and some compost, so he is going to be bringing down a couple of barrows of that shortly. So the next thing I want to do is take a walk down to the bottom of the plot and talk about my plans for this. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of a blank canvas, apart from a few big chunky dandelions which can come out, and Molly, my little bunny, will love those. So I want to turn this into something worthwhile, really, and really make the most of the space. I fully believe that gardens shouldn't just be practical, productive areas. They should be spaces that you can sit and enjoy as well. And I think what I'd like to do with this is create a bit of a wellness garden. So I'm thinking Adam loves herbal teas. So I'm thinking I might create a bit of a tea garden and seating area down here. So we have such a lovely blank canvas. And I'm thinking here and here and sorry, here and here, a nice L-shaped bed where we can put lavender, chamomile, mints, all those lovely herbs that we can pick and dry or drink fresh, steeped in some hot water. And then just a little table and chairs here where we can enjoy our tea or a sausage roll on a break or something like that. And then moving over here, this is quite an overgrown bit. And because of this currant bush, which I want to leave in place, it is just going to be a bit of an overshadowed area. So what I'm thinking, and I might be crazy for saying this, is of digging a pond just here. Now, when we first moved into the plot, we did find a frog living in our toolbox, which had flooded. He did manage to be able to, well, he was able to get in and out. We made sure of that, but he made a home of our toolbox. We haven't seen him for a few weeks, so hopefully he's still okay. But what I'm thinking is digging a nice pond in here, growing some wildflowers, having maybe sort of like a bug hotel, bird house, bird feeder, something like that. Just a nice little bit to give back to nature while we're taking up all this space for productive veg growing. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you've already done a tea garden, I would love to know what you're growing. If you know an awful lot about planting for wildlife, I'd also love some tips. I'm going to be doing some research over the winter about having healthy ponds, what sort of bug hotels I can build. All of this is going to be done on a budget. So please follow along and see how we do. But yeah, any tips that you might have for either a tea garden, a wellness garden, or a wildlife area, I would love to know.
So here's Adam returning from one of the neighbouring houses. We've actually had quite a sociable day today, meeting a few of the neighbours, both on the allotment and in the homes around the site. Pretty good timing actually, because this compost we can use to fill in all the holes I just made while I was digging up the rhubarb.
So that's where 3 hours work on the allotment can get you. I wish I could show you one of those beautiful Instagram before and after satisfying cleanup transformations, but it just doesn't work that way. I've said before that allotments and gardens are an ever evolving process, and this one is no different. But what we have managed to do is clear some ground, make some headway, and get things ready to improve over winter and early into the spring. And that's enough for me. So I'm off now. It's my friend Ellie's birthday, and we're going to go to the brewery and have some pints and some pizza. So I will see you in the next video.